I'm gonna share with you the only Instagram funnel you should run in 2026. This funnel is what allowed me to make over $850,000 at just 21 years old from Instagram alone. And it's the same funnel another mentor of mine is using to make 12 million every single year. And we already made 10K a month from just 1,000 followers on Instagram. So no, you don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers to make this funnel work. Let's get started. I just wanna show you the exact Instagram funnel that you can use so that you can make a lot of money in your first week, in your first 2 weeks, and just sprint your way into building a business or into scaling the business from wherever you are. First things first, you have to understand the DM script. Now let me open the script for you so that you get it. DM script, cool. So the DM script is very simple. There's a couple concepts that you have to understand first of all in the DM script. Number one is that you're the honey. You're not chasing anyone. You're not chasing bees around. Bees come to the honey. Is that it? No. Bees come to the flower, and so you're the flower or you're the honey. But people are chasing you. That's the main point. And so don't chase in the DMs. Don't try to chase anyone. Like, you are the honey. You are the authority. And if you're having to chase in the DMs, then it means you have a content problem, which is what we're going to talk about later in the video. Second thing is you have to match their energy, bro. Like, if you're talking to a girl, for example, just in person or even on messaging, and you say, hey, what's going on? How's life? How's life been? And she says, good. You can't say, oh, really? Like, I went to college and it was great, or I'm finishing up XYZ project and it's been amazing, and I met this guy, he helps me make a lot of money, and overall, yeah, life has been good. Have you been working out lately? No, you can't do that. If a girl says, I'm good, either you leave them on red or you just say, cool, and leave the conversation. If you understand that with a girl, then why the hell are you doing the opposite with your leads? In the DMs, you cannot chase. If a person sends you a short message, you have to send them a short message back. You can't send them a full-on text because, again, you have to match their energy, just like you match a girl's energy. And so, quick example. If you say, hey, what's up, name? Just want to say thanks for the follow. Are you looking to build more discipline or looking to get in shape, or mostly around for the content? They say both. If they say both, you have to be chill. You have to be like, for sure, how has that been? Instead of saying whatever, But if they say, hey, thanks for reaching out, man. Your videos are awesome. And yes, I'm wanting to get to build discipline. I'm wanting to get in shape. Then you can say, glad to hear that. How's the fitness journey been? You can say something more open and more leaned in if they are more excited. And so you have to match their energy. And by the way, I've trained a team of over 6 people in the DMs, and this is the exact script they use in our team. And so, yes, I know about setting appointments. And you have to have a normal conversation, bro. Like, even though I'm going to give you a script, you cannot follow the script. And I know this sounds controversial, but if you follow a script on the DMs, it's going to sound robotic. And if it sounds robotic, people are going to ghost you, people are not going to buy from you, they're not going to book a call with you, and you're going to be broke. So have a regular conversation. Sound like a human. First goal of the DMs to get them to respond and want to connect with you. And so I'll show you what inbound is and what outbound is. And then one quick thing that I want to show you as well is lead warmth and what to do with the leads. So there's 4 things. There's 2 things that determine if a lead is warm, cold, or hot. And it's the time of response, which is how long it takes the lead to get back to you, and the length of response. If the time of response is short and the message is also short, then they're warm. So they're here. So time of response is here and length of response is here. If the length and the time of response is short, it's warm. He's warm because he's getting back to you quick. But even though he's getting back to you quick, his messages are short. Second option is if they take a long time to respond and they're sending a long message. So they're here. So they're sending a long message. They're taking a long time to respond. Even though they're taking a long time, at least they're sending you a long message, and so they're warm. The other one is if they're taking a long time to respond, and they're sending also a short message. Then that guy is cold as hell. Like he's like colder than freaking Russia. So don't even try to do anything with that guy. Now, the best option, the best scenario is if he's taking a short time to get back to you, short time of response, and he's also sending a long message. So that guy is hot. That lead is hot. He wants to buy. And so what you want to do with cold leads is if you want to lean out every single time, just lean out. Don't ask more questions. Just say something. Cool, bro. Lean out. Don't even say anything to the guy. And then just do better in your content so that he can be warmer in the DMs next time you send him a message. Maybe send him a free resource as well. Warm lead. Usually you're going to lean out as well. Just acknowledge and send a free resource. You can try to move into the script, but you have to be careful. Hot lead, just move into the script, book the guy, sell the guy, make a lot of money, change his life. If the guy is hot, if the guy is taking a short time to get back to you, and sending a long message, he's hot. Sell him. Cool. So now that you understand all of that, let's talk about the actual script. Here's how outbound works. Outbound is just you sending messages to the people who follow you or the people who engage with your content. And the main goal of outbound is to get them to respond. The main goal of outbound is to get them to get back to you. And so you have to say something about their page, about their life, that's going to make them get back to you. And overall, you just want to connect as well. Just be a human. Just say what's up to the guy on your DMs. Don't be like, yo, I got this program. Are you interested? No, you can't do that. Bro, the one thing that pissed me off a lot is people who cold DM. Like straight up, like I don't follow them. They don't follow me. I never liked anything of their stuff. And they just send me a message. Hey, I'm not sure if you're interested, but I am an editor in the freaking Philippines, and I edit videos, and I can just make you free videos if you're interested, or like closers, whatever. It pisses me off. If you message me more than 3 times, and I don't get back to you, I'll block you, and it's annoying because it's just annoying. And so what I want you to understand is that you cannot be like those guys. You have to be a person, a human, and connect with the other person in your DMs, in your follower base. And so how you can open the conversation are a few ways. If they have a public account, you can just say something, yo, name, this place is amazing. Where is it, by the way? If they have a cool image of freaking, I was going to say Venezuela, I don't know why, but of wherever, like Switzerland, then you can just say, yo, John, this place looks amazing. Where is it, by the way? And then you can start the conversation. Oh, cool. Like I've been, I got a couple friends in Miami over there. Heard they got some pretty nice gyms. And then, yeah, no better if I was more consistent. If he says that, then it's like done. Why if we're not being consistent, man? And then you can just move on to the script like right after. But the reason you're able to move on to the script is because first you sent a human conversation. And then you can also say something like, yo, name, looking jack, bro, what's your split? If they're looking somewhat big, I do upper lower for sure. Yeah, upper lower is good because it saves you time usually. Yeah, bro, I saved so much time doing it. And then you can say, nice, brother. What are you working on before summer, by the way? Done. And then you can say, I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, but it's been tough. What makes you feel like it's tough? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it makes sense. Mind if I ask a couple questions, see if I can help? Done. Now you move on to the inbound script, which I'll show you soon. If you got faith-based coaching, which is what I used to do, yo, name, that's a beautiful church. That's a beautiful church. Where is it? Done. They're going to get back to you for sure. Now we can just cook in the DMs, bro. Like if you have a good setter or if you yourself are good in the DMs, as long as they get back to your first message, they will most likely buy, as long as your content is also very good and you have the proof of clients getting results. For private accounts, you can just say what's up, but nothing personal. Yo, name, appreciate the like or comment on my recent post. Looking to improve my content. What types of videos would you like to see more of? And then they say, oh, something on meal prepping. Yeah, for sure. Like, I got you. What have you been doing to meal prep lately? Then he says, well, I haven't. It's really tough for me to do so. What makes you say that? What makes you feel like that? Oh, I just don't have the time, and like I don't even know what my macro should be. Mind if I ask a couple questions, see if it can help? Done. Moving to the script. And so you can say like a lot of things. Yo, name, appreciate the follow. What inspired the ad, by the way? Yo, name, noticed you were following here and wanted to reach out and connect. Looking to improve my content. What type of videos would you like to see more of? And so on and so forth. And then for CTAs, you just got to follow the inbound script, which I'll show you right now. Cool. So these are the opening messages of the script, which again, I will give you all these resources in the description of the video, and you can just grab it and you can scale your business. Inbound and post-transition script. By the way, when you are doing outbound, if they're interested and engaged, you transition into the script, which is what I said. If you're down, I can ask you a few questions, see if I can help. And so, you can say, I see, I might actually be able to help with that. I did this to my client, John, and after we helped him overcome the nutrition struggle, he lost 30 pounds. If you're down, I can ask a few questions to see how I can help. And then he says yes. And then you move on into the script. You move into the script. But if they're being a little bit colder, if they're not really getting back to you, then you can try to make them feel like they have a problem. Like just make them realize that they have a problem. And then you move into the script. And then you do the same thing to move into the inbound script. Now, if you're not sure where they're from, which usually you're going to be, you can just say, sweet. So first, can you tell me a little bit more about you, where you're from, your age, and what's the biggest goal right now, like the biggest fitness goal right now? You can say that question, can ask that question to just qualify them, make sure they're of age and of a qualified country. Because, bro, you cannot sell to people from Brazil. You cannot sell to people from the Philippines. You cannot sell to people who are in freaking Africa. And I have nothing against people in Brazil. I have nothing against people in the Philippines. I have nothing against people in Africa. But they don't have money. Like, a person in Brazil will never buy a 2K fitness package because they don't have the money. Like, it's just not doable for them. And even if they do have the money, they can just hire someone else in Brazil for much cheaper. And so don't target anyone from an unqualified countries. The 5 countries that you want to target are USA, Canada, Australia, England, maybe Switzerland. That's it. So yeah, don't try to sell to unqualified countries. Do they have a clear, and then the main things they want to figure out in the script are, do they have a clear goal? Why is that goal important for them? What's their struggle with getting to that goal? Do they financially qualify? Now, if you look at their profile and they're clearly someone who's qualified, they don't even try to qualify them financially, and how long it's been since they struggle with XYZ struggle. Once you have those 5 or those 4 specifically, like the main ones, then you can pitch them and book the call. And so how you ask each question is very simple. It's everything in the script. So I know you mentioned you want to do XYZ. I know you mentioned, you want to lose 20 pounds before summer. But can you tell me a little bit more about that main goal, about the main goal? That's it. What's your biggest fitness goal right now? Or you can say this. Depending on the time of the year, what's the main goal before Christmas around? What's the biggest goal in the new year? What would you like to achieve before summer? You can ask the goal question in a lot of ways depending on the time of the year. Just play around with it. But yeah, and then here's an in-practice example. Sweet. So firstly, I know you mentioned you want to lose 30 pounds, but could you tell me a little bit more about the main goals you have at the moment? Awesome. So firstly, could you tell me a little bit more about the biggest fitness goal is right now, about what it is right now? Sweet. So first tell me, anyway, like there's just a lot of ways that you can ask this question. Now, if they're not specific, if they just tell you, I want to lose weight, then you have to expand on what they're talking about. Because if someone tells you, I want to lose weight, you just want them to be a little bit more specific. Because you have to make sure they can actually help them. Because if he wants to lose 2 pounds, bro, you cannot help them. And so if they say, I want to lose weight, ask, cool, how much weight are you looking to lose? Or if they say they want to get to 200, sub 200, awesome, man. And what's the weight right now? So that you know how much weight they want to lose. You have to create a clear gap in the goal. Once you have a specific goal with a number, then you can ask, why is the goal important for you? Why do you want to achieve that right now rather than putting it off to later? Because you want to give them urgency. They're not going to book a call with you if they don't have the urgency to change and achieve their goal soon, fast. And or you can ask, and why do you say it's important for you to achieve XYZ right now? Why do you say it's important for you to lose 20 pounds right now rather than just putting it off to later? Curious to hear, how will achieving X benefit you in your life personally? You have to have those answers. Now, like here, bro, you don't have to ask the 3 questions. Don't be a freaking dumbass. Don't ask the 3 questions. Like just pick one and ask it. And then again, expensive questions. What do you mean by X? For some people, it can be X, but what would it be for you? So like if they say, I want to feel better. What do you mean by feel better? So like first you want to acknowledge, of course. I understand. So did I talk about acknowledging? Acknowledge, right. So like you have to acknowledge every single message. Acknowledge. What does that mean? I see it, makes sense, totally get you, freaking gotcha. Just say acknowledge. Like just acknowledge what they're saying so that you know it's understandable. So like sweet is an acknowledgement, awesome is an acknowledgement. And then what acknowledge here and then say, what do you mean by X? For some, it can be X. So what do you mean by feel good? For some, it can be feel more energy, but what would it be for you? And then they say that. Once you have the main goal, once you know why it's important, then you want to understand what's holding them back from achieving that goal. Because if they don't have a clear struggle holding them back, then they're also not going to book a call with you. The goal of the DMs is to sell the call. The goal of the call is to sell the package. And so you have to ask those questions, these specific questions. The main goal, why the goal is important, the main struggle, how long they've been struggling with that. And then you can sell the call. And then on the call, you sell the package, just like I said. So how you're going to ask the main struggle is, what's been holding you back from achieving X? That makes sense, man. I love that reason. I love that reason. The reason, you know, wanting to get fit for your kids is definitely a strong reason why. But tell me, what's been holding you back from losing those 30 pounds? Now, you don't have to ask it like this. Like, you're just going to be typing, right? Like, you don't have to, you know, just lean in. When I explain the sales script, you're going to understand tonality. But for the DMs, it doesn't really matter because you're typing. They're not going to hear you. Anyway, so in practice examples, that all makes sense, bro. But what would you say the biggest struggle has been with losing 40 pounds? Love it. But tell me, man, what's been the main issue with losing the 30 pounds? A, love those reasons, bro. Wanting to get in shape for your kids is awesome. But what's been holding you back from getting there, man? And the power with the but is you're canceling whatever reason they told you. Because, bro, if the reason was important, if the reason they want to get in shape was important enough, they would be in shape already. And so you want to, like, bro, even though you want to acknowledge that reason is awesome, but I'm curious, why are you not getting there? That's it. So like, just ask that. And then, of course, expensive questions. What is it about? So if they just say nutrition is my main struggle, you can say, what is it about nutrition that feels like a struggle? What about nutrition exactly that holds you back? Is it more so the meal prepping or something else? Is it more so knowing what to eat or something else? And then, do they qualify financially? Now, this is only if needed. Only if needed. Again, if the guy is on a shirt like this, he's in freaking Dubai, living in Miami, at a how do you call it, a freaking condo in Miami, then either he's broke and just rented it and just went to Dubai once, or he has a lot of money, which is more likely that he has more money. And so at least money to buy a fitness package for sure. And so I don't have to ask this question. But if the guy is, I don't know, bro, he just finished college. He says, oh, it's, you know, NCU 26 or NCU 25, then you have to be careful because they might have school debt, you know, college debt, and they might be a little bit broke. So like you want to ask this question. And so just so I get an idea of your energy levels, what is it you do? What is it that you do for work, and how active are you when you're there? Because you're a fitness coach. And so why would you ask, so what do you do for work? No, don't ask that. You ask, what is it that you do for work, and how active are you when you're there? They're not even gonna like see that you're trying to qualify them financially. So that's the best way to ask it. So like an example is, makes sense. And just so I get an idea of the activity levels, what's your current job, and how active are you when you're there? That's it. If you're not sure they have the money, you can just say something more upfront, even more, because again, if they're broke, you don't want to even book a call with them. I see you, man. So I'm going to be upfront. The program does have a financial aspect of it. Would you say you're in a good spot to commit financially at the moment? Because we can always reassess in the future. And then if he says no, or if he says how much is it, you can say, yeah, so the program is anywhere from 1 to 2K or 2 to 5K depending on our goal, but we have financing that breaks it up into monthly options as well. Would that work? Like, just be upfront about it. Like, if they're broke, just be upfront, because they don't want to lose your time in the sales call. And then they might move on, they might not move on. regardless, you saved yourself an hour because you didn't take the sales call with them. So, and then after you ask the reason you're asking the financial question with the struggle is because like, you're talking about the struggle, and then right after you're asking how active they are, it makes sense. And then you ask how long they've been dealing with that struggle. So, how long has it been since you're dealing with not knowing what to eat? How long has it been since you're dealing with not being able to, gain or to put the workouts in, or not knowing what to do at the gym? How long has it been? So like examples. Makes sense. You're definitely not alone there, man. It's like this is acknowledging. Acknowledge. Makes sense. You're definitely not alone there, man. You always want to acknowledge before the next question. Or when it makes sense. You just gotta understand. It's like a dance. DMing is like a dance, but over time you're gonna get the flow of it. And do you have an idea of how long it's been since you deal with the overeating? I see you, man. Appreciate you being vulnerable. Most of the clients that we've helped, you struggle with that too. And do you know how long it's been since you struggle with the lack of consistency? And then he says, however long, and then you say, makes sense. So it's been, quite a bit, but glad we're talking. Cool. So this is the acknowledging they want to say. Makes sense. So it's been quite a bit, but glad we're talking. Cool. So here's what now you can pitch the call. This is when you pitch the call. Cool. So here's what makes most sense for you right now. This is the best pitch, by the way. Cool. So here's what makes the most sense right now. Let's jump on a quick strategy call, on a quick fitness consultation. This is for B2C. This is for B2B, B2C. Anyway, let's jump on a quick fitness consultation so you can hear how it can help you overcome the nutrition struggle, stop binge eating, stop being inconsistent so you can lose 30 pounds. You free later today or tomorrow? And then he says, yeah, today will work. And you say, awesome. I actually have a calendar link to make it easier for us. You can just go there and it will show you the options in your time zone so you can pick whichever time works for you. Then it will schedule it in both your and my calendar. Cool if I send you the link so you can choose whatever option works best for you. Takes like 10 seconds. And the reason you want to ask, sometimes like if they're really hot, you don't have to ask this question. But if they're not that hot, or if you can tell they're a little bit older, they might be like, oh, is it a scam? Is it a scam or whatever? And so you just want to ask for permission before you send the link. But usually you don't even have to ask for the permission. You just send the link. And then you say, cool, here's the link. Here's the link. Go ahead and booking now, since spots always fill up quick. As soon as you're done, send me a screenshot so I can confirm it on my end. Sound good? That's it. And then you can just confirm the call. Awesome, I see it on my end. Looking forward to speaking with you. And then you continue the convo regularly. Just say, by the way, you're from X. You're from the States, huh? How's life out there? Just continue the conversation and then send the reminders 24 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour before the call to make sure that they know when the call is. And you just send manual reminders on Instagram. Now you might be asking, Pedro, link, what Calendly link? Well, let's set it up. This is how you set up your Calendly link. I'll just show you an example of this mock example. So basically what you're going to call it is mock. No, you're not going to call it mock. You're just going to call it fitness consultation. Fitness consultation. That's it. Free fitness consultation. And then you should say book in a strategy call, book in a fitness consultation to see if it's a good fit for us to work together. We'll break down the services that we offer and find out what the bottlenecks are limiting the growth of your business, but limiting you, holding you back from getting shit. You get it. Cool. And then you just, they're going to see a time, and there's going to be a few questions they're going to set up in your Calendly. By the way, to set up Calendly, just look up Calendly, and then you can create an account, create a link like this, and it's very simple. It's very straightforward. As long as you're not dumb, you'll be able to set it up, which I know you're not dumb. So, first name, last name, email, phone number, Instagram handle, main fitness goal right now, main struggle achieving that goal, scale 1 through 10, how committed are you to achieving that goal, assuming it's a good fit, and then you want to know how much they were willing to invest. I have / I'm willing to invest $300. I have / I'm willing to invest $300 to $600. I am / willing to invest $600 to $1,000. I have / I'm willing to invest $1,000 or more. And then you also have this option by booking a call, you agree to show up at the scheduled time. If you do not show up, you'll not be able to schedule another call. Do you agree to show up at the scheduled time? Yes, I'll be on the meeting in a quiet space, not driving. No, I'll find another time where I can be. And that's it. This is how you set up your Calendly link, and that's the link that you're going to send them, and this is what they're going to see. They're going to pick a time to book with you, and that's basically it. One thing in the Calendly link, as you can see, like I cannot book anything after 2 days. And so in the Calendly, there's going to be an option that makes them not be able to book after 2 rolling days. And the reason for that is because you want them to book within 1 or 2 days at the most, because that's when they're the hottest. That you just had a conversation with them about their fitness. And if you book the call a week later or 2 weeks later, they're going to be colder and you will not be able to sell them on the call. They might not even show up to the call. And so just book them in 1 to 2 days out at the most. Awesome. So now you have the GM script, you have the Calendly link. Now you might be asking yourself, who the heck do I message, bro? Like, who should I message? And that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about who you should message. First of all, if you're just starting out your business, the first people you want to ask, this is energy drink, by the way. Very good. Because I need energy to give you guys this amount of value. But anyway, first of all, if you're just starting out your business, then you have to talk to your power base. Now you might be asking, who the hell is my power base? Your power base are everyone you know. Friends, family, people you know. That's it. These people, yes, they would buy your program as long as you approach them correctly. Especially if you're just starting out a business, like they want to support you. And no, it's not salesy. No, it's not sleazy. No, it's not wrong to message them. If you have that mindset, then that's why you're going to be broke forever. And so just be chill. This is where you're going to tell your power base. Yo, what's going on, G? How you been? Or, well, yo, what's going on, name? You know, if it's a homie, how you been? Or just say what's up. Just say hi to whoever. It can be a family member. It can be an old friend. Just say what's up. Don't talk about your program yet. Talk a little bit to them. Chat with them for a bit. Do not mention fitness before you touch base. Like, touch base with them, bro. They are either a friend from college, someone you've talked to a while ago, a family member, and so talk to them. Just say what's up. Just a friend talking to a friend or a family member. Then say this. Cool, man. It's nice to connect. By the way, I'm also helping a few people get in really solid shape through online coaching. Anyone come in mind? Or is that something you'd want help with yourself? Done. Yeah, that'd be good, actually. Or then you're going to say, man, I'm not interested. And then, so what? Doesn't matter. Just move on to the next person. Yeah, that'd be good, actually. If they say, that'd be good. Awesome. Just see if I can truly help you, bro. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions if that's cool, and then you follow the questions from the script that I already gave you, and then the pitch can be a little bit adapted to the people you know. Cool. So here's what makes most sense right now. Let's jump on a quick strategy call so you can hear how it can help you overcome pain, stop struggling with nutrition, so you can lose these 20 pounds. I'll send you my calendar link so you can pick a time that works. That cool? Here we go. User link. Let me know when you're done booking NG. So you don't have to put urgency or whatever because they're just a friend. You don't have to just to send the regular message. Awesome. I see it on my end. Looking forward to speaking with you, man. By the way, you can just continue the conversation with them. That's it. And then again, send 24-hour, 6-hour, and a 1-hour reminder. This is for your power base, the people you know. Second main people that you're going to message are going to be your followers, people engaging with the content, and people seeing your stories. And then for that, you just got to follow the outbound script. The outbound script that I already gave you as well. And then poll engagers. What poll? I'm glad you asked. So let's move on to story strategy they're going to use to make money with their stories. By the way, this strategy has made us a lot of money, and you can just use it to your stories to make like 1, 2, 5 grand the next week. So what you're going to do is you're going to delete all your stories. You're not going to post any stories for at least 12 to 24 hours. You're going to pick a picture that you look like a stud, absolutely shredded, which again, you can't be overweight if you're doing fitness coaching. Just find that picture and then post either of these two story strategies. The first one is going to be the 5 guys one, and the second one is going to be the biggest struggle one. So the 5 guys is the one you got to do first. I'm looking for a 5 men or whoever your avatar is who want to lose 5 to 10 pounds in the next 30 days. If that's you, drop a fire and I'll see if I can help. I'm looking for 5 women who want to drop 5 to 10 pounds in the next 30 days. If that's you, drop a fire and I'll see if I can help. And then you use 2 options. Fire or can I give more details? That's it. Basically like this. Here I got a dark eye, like a black eye from boxing, but it was just a hook to hook people in. And so I said, I'm looking for 3 Catholic men who want to lose 5 to 15 pounds before summer. If that's you, drop a fire here and I'll see if I can help. Let's do it. With the fire, can I give more details? Don't care. It's also good to have a negative option for your friends to say that don't care, or haters say don't care. At least they're engaging and increasing the story view count that you get. And then what to message for each response. When people say fire, you just say, yo, what's going on, name? By the way, you want to message these people as soon as possible. Within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes of them voting, you have to message them because recency is very important. Now, what is recency? The speed with which you message someone who just applied, who just raised their hand. Because their story is like, hey, who wants help with fitness? They raise their hand and then you reach out to them. So you have to reach out fast. Otherwise, you're going to forget about the poll and everything. And so, yo, what's going on, name? Whoa. Let me click present. Yo, what's going on, name? Sorry for on the poll. Where's the, I like this. Cool. Sorry for on the poll. Love to see you wanting to get in shape. Cool if I ask a few questions to see how I can best help. Done. And then if they say, can I give more details? Same thing, similar thing. Yo, what's going on, name? Sorry for on the poll. I got all the details for you here in a sec. First, is it cool if I just ask a few questions to see how I can best help? Done. They say yes. And what do? You move into the inbound script, which I already gave you. Then the biggest struggle story. The biggest struggle story is another story strategy they're going to use, they're going to post to get them to engage with you. Now, how does it work? Basically, it's this. You're just going to ask, what's your biggest struggle right now? Now, same thing. Delete all your stories. Do not post any stories for at least 12 to 24 hours. And then pick a picture where you're looking like a stud, absolutely shredded. And then, what's your biggest struggle right now? And then you have a few options. Nutrition, not really sure what to eat. Training, I don't know what to do at the gym. Lack of consistency overall, all of the above. And then what do you message for each response? Whatever the response was, whatever the vote was, you just say, yo, what's going on, name? So you've been struggling with X, man. So whatever they say, nutrition, training, or lack of consistency overall. You're definitely not alone there, man. If you don't mind me asking, what is it about nutrition specifically that feels like a struggle? They say, whoa. They say, I don't know, man. I just don't know exactly what to eat, and it feels like a struggle. Like I always overeat, I always binge eat, whatever they say. I see. Yeah, I used to do with that in the past as well. Cool if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help. Done. And then you move on into the inbound script. Now, once you've booked a call with them, what you want to do is you follow this exact sales script that prints money online.